Namaskar friends. Today we are going to discuss a very important subject, inner management. Before I go in depth, I would like to ask certain questions to you. Easy questions. The questions that have everything to do with your everyday feelings. My questions are, has it ever occurred to you that though you are a peace-loving guy, but somehow suddenly you become a violent guy? You become a short-tempered person? Has it ever occurred with you that suddenly you got into a lot of sorrow? Suddenly you got jealous about someone, you feel envy about someone? Has it ever occurred with you that you took certain actions and after some time you repent on the same? You nag yourself saying why you did so, why you did that. Keep repenting on the same. Has it ever occurred with you that out of 24 hours there comes certain time in your day when you don't feel like doing anything? You just don't understand what is going on, but you don't feel like doing anything. Man nahi lagta. Does it occur with you? If yes, then it's a serious problem. Because if it is really happening with you, then that itself means that out of 24 hours, you have hardly few moments or few minutes or few hours when you are having positive feelings. And on the contrary, remaining all time in the day is full of negative feelings. Would you like to change this? If yes, then let me tell you, you have got to learn this inner management. I'm going to teach you. You don't need to worry about that. Before I tell you what does mean by this inner management and how all these things is really a problem, let me give you another example. In the form of a question, I would like to ask you, imagine that you are sitting in a car or any other vehicle and you don't have any driver in the car. Then if you start the car and let the car drive itself, what is going to happen? Is it going to reach to the place where you wish to reach? Or something else will happen? What will happen? Of course, accidents will occur. Accident will happen. And it will result into a lot of injuries. And the intensity of the injury will depend on the intensity of the accident. That in turn will depend on the intensity of the speed of your car. But accidents will occur. Injuries will occur. So will you let this happen? Will you sit in such a car where there is no driver? If you want to stop yourself from such a kind of accident, what you have got to do? Just hire one driver. When you hire this driver, what is happening? What are you doing? You are doing a management. Though I am talking here about the car, but actually I am talking about the whole life. There are so many different places, there are so many different things where we hire such a managers so that we should not face the accidents, so that we should not get injured by any way. So you are doing management of different sorts. Management of money, management of business, management of education, management of food. There are so many types of managements you are doing. But all these are the external managements. But what is happening inside? Are you managing inside? No. You are busy in external management only. But you are not busy, you are not doing the inner management. You are letting this inner management happen just the way you are sitting in a car and letting the car go away without any kind of driver in it. Your inner car is just going on, hitting here, then hitting there, and having so many accidents. And these accidents, inner accidents are creating, inner accidents in the form of frictions are creating negative feelings. In physical way, they are injuries. In inner way, they are feelings, negative feelings like anger, like sorrow, like envy, like depression, like anxiety, jealousy, fear. These are all the feelings created out of the friction, out of that accidents that happening because you are letting everything happen, not controlling all these things. Do you want it to continue? It is happening because you are letting this happen, because you are driving your car without any kind of driver. You are just letting the car to be driven, and that's why these are creating accidents. So you should not do this. If you want to live a blissful life, you must hire one driver for this. You must have some inner management for this. When your doing is different than your thinking, feeling and willing, these accidents happen. So for yourself to solve this problem or puzzle of this kind of negative feelings, the problem of this kind of accidents or frictions in inner way, you have got to do the inner management. How you have to do this inner management? It's very easy. In fact, during these 24 hours of your life, there are points, there are certain moments when in fact you are doing this inner management, but the problem is you are doing it only for a few moments. Tell me, how do you feel when you dance? You feel blissful because you're doing, you're thinking, you're feeling and you're willing. All the four are in one. All the four are focused on just one point. And there are so many points in your life from morning to evening when you are doing something like that. I don't need to tell you, you yourself introspect and find that there are many moments when your thinking, willing, feeling and doing are all focused on only one point. And that's why then you feel blissful. You feel such a charge that charge doesn't go down easily. Unless you again do something which is having thinking in one way, willing in another way, doing in third way, feeling in fourth way. Then that creates friction, and again you get that dual feeling, sadness, sorrow, sometimes happiness too. So what the point is? You have got to do the inner management if you want to live blissful for the whole day. No matter what happens around you, you will stay blissful for the whole day if you do this thing. What is that thing? If you focus all these four things, thinking, feeling, willing and doing on one point, just like the way you do when you are doing dance, just like the way you do when you are doing meditation or yoga or many other kriyas. You just have to focus all these four actions, thinking, willing, feeling, doing, on one point. And you will learn the art of inner management. And that will beautify your life. It will make it blissful. You will be blissful for the whole day, for the whole 24 hours. Doesn't matter what happens around, whether people are happy or sad. You will always stay blissful if you learn the art of inner management. So what is inner management? Managing thinking, feeling, willing and doing. And how to manage? Focusing all these four on one point. Let me assure you that I am really going to teach you this inner management in detail in next videos. But right now, you have to keep this in mind, that you have to try your level best to focus all these four things, thinking, feeling, willing and doing, on one point. The point that you are doing right now, the action that you are doing right now, and see how your life changes. See how your work changes, how the quality of the result of every action changes, everything changes. See, the life will be beautiful and blissful, truly beautiful. Thank you very much.